I think something that's interesting that we're seeing in media at the moment is that there's such a convergence of all kinds of storytelling forms, like short form, computer games, VR, film, media, everything is overlapping at the moment. The Disposables is, it's a roller coaster journey, it's a wild ride, it's a fun show, but it's an action adventure for teens. And we follow a teenage refugee, Priya, whose dad has gone missing, and she has to race against the clock with her best friend Obi to try and find her dad before they get deported. And in doing so, they kind of uncover this whole conspiracy where there's this warehouse full of plastics, there's a monster that's been growing out of bacteria, and there's a sickness that's spreading through the community. So yeah, Priya and Obi have to find her dad, work out what's going on, and save the community.
Look at that stuff. See, if we lived in one of those fancy mansions in the East, they'd be cleaning this toxic crap up ASAP.
The Disposables is a first of its kind release. The versions are a 32 by 2 minute version for TikTok, and that's vertical. And then there's also a 3 by half hour version for ABC Me broadcast and ABC iView. And also a 61 minute feature version that is going to go out pretty much on all those platforms. So there'll even be a TikTok live stream of that version.
You just need to learn to play by the rules and have faith.
A lot of the time when you see a short drama or something on a mobile platform, people's comments are saying, oh, can I see this anywhere? Can I see the whole thing? I want to watch this like a TV series. So we were kind of tapping into that and saying, people, they find things here, but how can we then deliver this same thing in a longer form on a bigger screen?
We felt like shooting it in the style of found footage was a great way to reach the younger audiences, but also a really dynamic way to tell this kind of story. So it also allowed us to be really concise with our storytelling, so we could encapsulate the backstories of the characters and I guess convey really quickly information that traditionally might take a lot of backstory. Shooting in this format was quite a challenge, but it was also really exciting. Obviously having to make it work for vertical and horizontal and working with a number of different characters, the blocking was really important.
We're always shooting on very wide lenses because characters are up close and are dominating the frame. You imagine someone, when they're talking in selfie, it's like their head and shoulders are dominating the frame, but then you still need to have enough width to then show the background. And for us, because it's an action adventure, there's mystery elements, you're trying to show clues, things that are happening in the background. There still needs to be then that sense of depth. So it was kind of an interesting way of storytelling.
When we're coming up with the idea for Polly, who is the creature, we were inspired by undersea creatures, like really weird jellyfish that you could find like right at the depths of the ocean. So it was really fun creating that. Like we had lots of different ideas.
One was very kind of wolf-like, one was kind of, again, a spidery one. Another one was kind of a bit more like an insect, and then another one was like a jellyfish, and we worked up different elements of those that we liked. But it was interesting that from VFX, they were always seeking guidance from us from the animal world, because the question is not simply like what is the look, but then there's the physics of the movement. That's kind of where, I think the jellyfish really kind of came out.
We're also relying on the constraints of the audience that we're working towards. So, it is aimed at younger teens, and we have a rating. So we have to make it, scary and foreboding, but without being too horror-like, I guess.
What the hell was that thing?
It's about young people being empowered to be heard and to know that they can make a difference, which is, one of the key messages which we think is really important.